Hello everyone, my name is Urvisha Patel, working as an assistant professor in Computer Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. In this video, we are going to learn Unit number 2 JDBC Programming of Subject Advanced Java Programming. Today's topic are Transaction Management, Use of Save Points, Transaction Isolation Level, SQL Exception and SQL Warning. Let's proceed with transaction management. In JDBC, connection interface provides methods to manage transaction. There are different types of transaction properties are available. Acid properties. Acid properties means atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Atomicity means all operation done successfully. Consistency means reliable data. Isolation means separation. Separation means one transaction will not be disturbed by another transaction. And durability means after completion of transaction, stored data will be permanent until another transaction is going on. By default, JDBC transaction is in auto commit mode. Every SQL statement is committed to database upon its completion. This is the method void set auto commit bracket boolean status. Here we need to pass true or false. It is true by default as I said, means each transaction is committed by default. Next method is void commit, which is used to commit the transaction. Void rollback, which is used to roll back, cancels the transaction. So in this unit we are learning about two methods of transaction, commit and rollback. Example of commit and rollback. Here we are using CN. Here we are using CN object of connection interface to set the auto commit mode. CN dot set auto commit false because it is by default true. Statement space object is equal to connection object dot create statement. If you have no idea about CN, then you can see my previous videos. ST object we are using to execute the statement. String SQL is equal to insert into employee table where values is equal to 106, 20, Rita and Tees. Next line is st.execute update SQL. This line is used to do all the updation in the database. Another query, insert in employee values st.execute update. Here I am firing two queries and I am updating the data in the database two times. If there is no error, then cn.commit method will run. If in this code any error will be found, the execution of the program goes to the catch statement and it will run cn.rollback method. Commit method we are using to commit all the transaction. If we found any error, then rollback statement will run. As we see in the previous slide, commit method commit the transaction. If there is any error in commit statement, then rollback method cancel all the transactions. Next is save points. You can define logical save point using save point. You can set a save point and you can define a logical rollback point within a transaction. If any error occurs in a save point, then you can use rollback method to undo their all changes. Methods of connection object, set save point. Here in this method we are passing string. This method is used to create a new save point and it also returns a save point object. Next method is release save point. Here we are passing save point object. This method is used to delete a save point. If we created save point 1, then we need to pass save point 1 object in this method. Rollback method. In rollback method we need to pass save point, which is used to roll back work to specified save point. So total 3 methods are there: set save point, is used to create the new save point, release save point used to release the save point, and rollback used to roll back the work. Example of save point. First step is cn.set auto commit false statement object for the execution. Now, how to set a save point? First, let's create the save point object. Save point space object is equal to connection object dot set save point. In this bracket, you need to pass the name of the save point. This is the name of the save point and this is the object of the save point. Save point 1. st.execute update SQL query we are passing. Here another SQL statement st.execute update SQL statement we are passing in execute update. If there is no error in these all statements, then cn.commit method will run, and if there is an error, cn.rollback method will call. Here we are passing save point 1 in rollback method, means we are passing this object in rollback method. If we found any error in this code, then all the transaction done by these SQL queries will be rolled back. Transactions to preserve data integrity. Transactions can help to preserve the data integrity in a data table. Transaction provides some level of protection against conflicts that arise when two users access data at the same time. To avoid this conflict during a transaction, a database management system uses locks mechanism for blocking access by others to the data. If your program is in auto commit mode where each statement is a transaction, locks are used only for one statement. And after using a lock, it remains in force until the transaction is committed or rollback. Transaction isolation level. JDBC isolation level represents that how a database maintains its integrity against the problem such as dirty reads, non-repeatable reads, phantom reads that are occurring during concurrent transactions. There are two methods for the isolation level. Get transaction isolation. Using this method, we can get the isolation level of the database. Get transaction isolation set transaction isolation integer isolation level constant. Using this method, we can set the isolation level, and using this method, we can get the isolation level. Here you can see 5 isolation level: transaction none, transaction read committed, transaction read uncommitted, transaction repeatable read, transaction serializable. Total 4 column: transactions, dirty reads, non-repeatable reads, and phantom reads. In transaction none isolation level is not supported by transactions, dirty read, non-repeatable reads, and phantom reads. Transaction read committed. This level is supported by transactions and it is allowed in non-repeatable reads and phantom reads. Transaction read uncommitted. This level is supported by transactions, allowed in dirty reads, non-repeatable reads, and phantom reads. Transaction repeatable read, supported by transactions, prevented in dirty reads and non-repeatable reads, and allowed in phantom reads. Last is transaction serializable. It is supported by transactions and prevented in dirty reads, non-repeatable reads, and phantom reads. Let's learn about dirty reads, non-repeatable reads, and phantom reads. What is dirty reads? Dirty reads means we are reading a value before it is made permanent. Means accessing an updated value that has not been committed is considered a dirty read, because it is possible for the value to be rolled back to its previous value. In other words, if you read a value that is later rolled back, you will have read an invalid value. What is phantom read? Phantom read occurs when transaction 1 retrieves a set of rows satisfying a given condition. and transaction B subsequently insert or update a row so that the now row meets the condition in the transaction A, and transaction A later repeats the conditional retrieval. Now transaction A sees an additional row. This row is referred to as a phantom. Non-repeatable read. It occurs when transaction A retrieves a row and transaction B subsequently updates the row. After some time, transaction A later retrieves the same row again. Now transaction A retrieves same row twice but sees different data. This is called non-repeatable read. Code of transaction isolation level. We already see two methods, get transaction isolation and set transaction isolation. Here first line is statement object is equal to connection object dot create statement. Here we are printing transaction isolation. So to print transaction isolation level, we need to use get transaction isolation method. Connection object dot get transaction isolation level. This method get the isolation level and print as a output. Cn dot set transaction isolation. This method is used to set the transaction isolation. Here we want to set transaction underscore serializable. In last we are printing cn dot get transaction isolation. Next is SQL exception and SQL warning. Java.sql.sql exception class is available for SQL exception, and Java.sql.sql warning is available for SQL warning. So SQL warning package is inherited from SQL exception. You can see the hierarchy of the packages. When Java database connectivity encounters an error during an interaction with a data source, it throws an instance of SQL exception as opposed to exception. This instance contains the following information that can help you to determine the cause of the error. Methods of SQL exceptions are get message, get SQL state, get error code, get next exception. Get message method is used to get description of the error. Get SQL state is used to get SQL state code. This state code and their meaning have been standardized by ISO or ANSI and Open Group. These objects consist of 5 alphanumeric characters. Get error code method is used to get an error code. This is an integer value used to identify the error. Get next exception. You can get next exception using this method. Example of SQL exception. In try, you have to write the code. If there is any exception, the program will go to the catch. In catch, I have passed SQL exception and create object E. While E is not equal to null, means if we have an exception, then we are printing the exceptions using different methods. First is e.getMessage. This will print the message. Next is ANSI92 SQL state. E.getSQL state. This will print the SQL statement. E.getErrorCode. It will print the error code. And last method E.getNextException. If there is another exceptions, then it will print the next exception. SQL warning class. SQL warning objects are a subclass of SQL exception, and it is used to deal with SQL database access warning. If we get the SQL exception, then it will stop the execution of the application. But if we found the warning, it will not stop the execution of the application. Methods of SQL warning: get message, get error code, get SQL state, get next warning. These three methods work same as the SQL exception methods, and last one is get next warning to get any additional warnings. It is used to get any additional warnings. Example of SQL warning. Public static void print warnings. In print warnings, here I have passed SQL warning object throws SQL exception. If warning is not equal to null, means if it has a warning, then we are printing the warning. Warning.getMessage, warning.getSQL state, warning.getError code. This is used to get message, used to get SQL state, and used to get error code. Last is get next. Warning is used to get additional warning. Thank you.